Hey everyone! So you're on the hunt for a great dog trainer right here in Yorktown? Perfect. You're in exactly the right place. We're going to go through everything you need to know so you can feel really good about the choice you make for you and your dog. There's just something special about living in Yorktown, and we want our dogs to be part of it, right? Whether it's a nice, easy stroll along the waterfront or just hanging out together in the historic village. Getting the right training is what makes all of that stuff not just possible, but actually enjoyable. All right, so first things first. Before we even start looking up trainers, let's talk about what good modern dog training actually looks like. Once you know the gold standard, it's so much easier to spot a real pro. The number one thing you're going to hear about from any qualified trainer today is positive reinforcement. And really, all it means is that we focus on teaching and rewarding the good stuff, the behaviors we want to see, instead of just correcting the bad. It's a humane way to train that builds a ton of trust, and that's the whole foundation of your relationship. Okay, so these letters might look a little like alphabet soup, but they're a big deal. Think of them as a sign of quality. A certification like CPDTK means a trainer has actually passed some tough exams on training theory and ethics. They're serious about their profession. And if you're dealing with something more intense like serious anxiety or reactivity, that last one, the IABC-CDBC, means they have advanced, specialized training. So now you know what to look for in a person. Let's shift gears and talk about finding a program that's the right fit for your dog, your specific goals, and, of course, your budget. Generally, you're looking at two main options. Group classes, they're awesome for learning general manners and getting your dog used to being around other dogs in a controlled way. But if you've got a problem that only happens at home, like your dog goes nuts when the doorbell rings, that's where private lessons are worth their weight in gold. The trainer comes to you and works on the issue right where it's happening. So what can you expect to pay? Here in the Yorktown area, a 6-week group class usually falls in that couple $100 range. A package of private sessions is definitely a bigger investment. Looking at these numbers just gives you a realistic idea of what to budget for the kind of help you're looking for. Okay, so you've done your research, you found a few trainers that seem like a good fit. Now comes the interview. And this is a super important step. It's how you make sure you've truly found the right partner for your family. The big question is, when you get them on the phone or meet them in person, what should you even be asking? Having a handful of key questions ready to go will tell you basically everything you need to know. Here are 5 must-asks. First, ask about their philosophy. You're listening for words like positive reinforcement. Second, ask about those credentials we talked about. Third, a really good local trainer will know how to make the skills work in places like the Riverwalk. And of course, getting a clear recommendation for your dog and understanding all the fees up front just means there won't be any surprises. Their answers should make you feel totally comfortable. Having a well-behaved dog also means being a good citizen. So that involves knowing our local rules and, just as important, knowing the best spots to go practice all those new skills. All right, these are the big 3 for dog owners here in York County. First up, the leash law is everywhere. Your dog needs to be on a leash in any public area. Simple as that. The state also requires a current rabies vaccination and tag. And finally, training can really help with that nuisance barking so you can be a great neighbor. These aren't just suggestions. They're part of being a responsible dog owner in our community. And now for the really fun part. This is where you get to take everything you've learned and put it into action in some of our amazing local spots. The Riverwalk is the perfect place to practice that loose leash walking with real-world distractions. The trails at New Quarter Park are fantastic for working on focus. And when you're ready to test out that super important recall, the York County Dog Park is the safe, legal place to do it off-leash. At the end of the day, finding the right trainer is about so much more than just sit and stay. It's about building this incredible bond and a real understanding with your dog. It's what gives you the confidence to enjoy everything Yorktown has to offer, from a quiet walk on the battlefields to a sunny day by the water, just knowing you have this happy, well-behaved partner right there with you. We wish you the absolute best on that journey.